Hello everyone, this is Gorax and today I'm gonna show you how to deal with the Fameander level 279 where you have 6 enemies and 2 of them are Ripikas and Furbuff, Pergu and Elecabre. So this is a really hard level as the enemies will do a lot of damage, apply a lot of crowd control and everything else. We're gonna use the control team that I showed you in the previous videos with Vinyara, Ripikas, Tauren and our damage dealers. Hopefully you have better damage dealers because Vidmir's movement in this fight is annoying. So let's play this fight and I'll tell you what I'm doing and why. I've moved things around since the last video. As you can see, Vinyara is not getting crowd control now and she can choose whoever she wants to apply and remove the energy from. So we're gonna go for Elecabre. We did that. That's gonna reduce the threat. We also managed to group all of our enemies together now. Have a look at this. All of them are together, which means Ripikas is hitting all of them. All our AoEs are hitting them. And now we just need to remove the threat of Ripikas applying any debuffs. And that's what we did, right? Look at them. All being knocked up and we are just smashing them with AoE damage. And that's how you control the teams, ensuring that they can't cast anything and finding the right placement to group the enemies together. So this worked really well and now we can move on to the next stages. The next stage will be the Ravatrix. So for the fun of it, we should really bring a single target team. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to manage, Fameander boss team. The Ice Blast heroes are really good at it. We're gonna bring the Aura as well. All right, the team that I'm using, skill timings are as follow. We only time the Ice Blast heroes and everyone else is on random. If we don't have enough damage, we're gonna increase the damage. You can increase the damage through food. You can increase the damage through different auras, but we want to nuke the boss as fast as possible. With the Frost team, it's longer, way longer. Ice Blast do specialize in single target. As you can see, this is higher level than in the previous videos and we're doing it way faster. The only struggle would be surviving, but let's see if we can do. Remember, we have 3 supports really. One support that extends our HP via shields, which is always welcome, especially for squishy damage dealers. We have Ripikas, who will apply a lot of debuffs. You can bring Euron with damage reduction on your team if you want to, and Tauren with debuff immunity, healing and everything else. And with this team, you will have easy time clearing it. You can still bring the Frost team. It will just take you so much longer to do that, but if you're lazy like me most of the time, you don't need to change anything and you can still clear this level. So once we clear this level, we're going back to our original team and now we are facing Loier. With Loier, we might need to bring Vinyara just to focus him, similar to how we dealt with any other assassin. But let's play it out. Let's see if it's necessary, if he is going to be the threat. Remember, he does AoE damage, so he can basically kill 2 of our squishy damage dealers. But we have this Immortality Helm preventing the first instance of death, which helps in Fameander. So keep that in mind, and for the time being, let's play it on auto and see how far we can get before we need to adjust anything. And at this range of Fameander, just around the finish line, I believe we'll need to adjust it multiple times. that was quick, right? So Season 1 maintenance, original Season 1, this was one of the hardest battles. So once again here, we need control. We're gonna bring our control team. We will move replicas in here, try and avoid Hulorg's damage with everyone else in the team. And let's play. We actually can bring more damage, so we don't need anything else. And now we need to find the target that will be the most annoying to deal with. And I would say it would be between Garika, Hulorg, and Vinyara. So let's have a look if we can remove the ultimate of Vinyara so she doesn't remove the ultimate from our heroes. And next we'll try and focus on either Hulorg to mitigate the damage, Garika to make sure we don't get any debuffs, or once again Vinyara. Let's go with Hulorg this time around. So I was expecting less damage, but it looks like Garika is a threat here as well. She is doing that damage. So let's go back, challenge again, and change the strategy. Once again, first time we're gonna finish Vinyara to make sure she doesn't reduce anyone else's energy. So that's what we did. Then we're gonna focus and try and get Garika out of the way. She managed to cast, so maybe changing to Garika instead of Vinyara will be helpful, as that's where the damage is coming from. So once again, rerun it. Garika was already almost at the max ultimate. Wow, that was terrible. There we go. We're gonna reduce that just in case. Slow her down. Hopefully she won't cast. Now we got enough time to get Vinyara out of the way as well, so our Ripika's ultimate can go on. And yeah, she managed to cast. She's getting a lot of ultimate energy, so make sure you do not let her go. And yeah, we should be okay with this, but that was very close call. Okay, this is hard with the heroes that I own, but you might have something better to play around with it. Okay, so let's go back to the original team. I don't believe this will be any issue, but there's Talvar. With Talvar, it's always weird because his crowd control is very annoying. Okay, I don't think we're gonna get through this stage without multiple tries. This is one of the annoying stages where there's so much damage, threats as well, that we might get stuck here for a while, guys. So let's explain what's happening here. So we have Ascetius, who is very good, but there's also another threat, which is Durem. Okay, Durem is higher threat than Ascetius. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring the control team. Yes, the team we all love. And there are so many threats. Remember Garika from the last fight? She is still a threat. So make sure you have all the possible buffs you can and focus on the enemies. So we got our ultimate. The first one close to getting the max as Garika. Let's reduce that. Let's make sure it's not there. Sadly, with the heroes I have, our AoE range is really low, as you can see. So now everyone used their ultimates and we're taking a lot of damage. But since we have that, let's remove Ascetius' ultimate. No, we died due to Durem's damage. We need to get rid of Durem. So if you have AoE heroes like Losenia, etc., they will target the back. My heroes won't. They will automatically try and target. Yeah, we need to get that Garika off, and then Durem. Try to get Durem before he casts his ultimate. Come on, there we go. All right. So that will reduce the enemy's team damage significantly. But now we got Chrysos, shielding, and so much damage. But you can see we are closer to that now. Okay, one way to ensure we deal with Durem is moving our tank line to the top. What it does is, hopefully, now Ripikas will cast ultimate and target Durem. That's exactly what happened. Did you see that? So that's perfect for us. Now we just need to remove Garika's ultimate And you see that now our AoE is also targeting that. So as long as we can survive this, now we're cooking. But sadly we didn't survive. There was still more damage, but maybe look at them. They're all very low. They're all very low. Ah, no, I don't think Vinyara can take both of them. That would be fun, but no. Very close. I believe this is the way we're gonna go. We're gonna challenge again. Maybe Garika is not the right target. Maybe it's the other damage dealer. So let's see what happens here. Garika, okay, Carve. Let's remove Carve's ultimate. That will reduce the incineration or whatever burn applying. And yeah, look at this. That's looking good. Now we just need attack penalty on Durham. Come on, where is he? There we go. It's sometimes very hard to target. And there we go. Yeah, so the Carve was the right choice after all. So finding the right target is mandatory. And there we go. We moved through. It took us a few times, but understanding the fight helps us progress further. We noticed that there are issues and try different things instead of following just one thing, okay? Keep that in mind. You need to try and do more than one strategy, and this will help you. And then we're back to our team auto-farming the rest of the Fameander, hopefully. This is a lovely stage, but since we have Ripicast, we have buff prohibition. If you don't have Ripicast, you can bring Voresh for buff prohibition, or you can use Vinyara and constantly remove energy from Miffrey so she never casts her ultimate and you just move to the next stage. Okay, this fight is not really that hard. It's just the placement that we started with was not ideal because we were taking damage from Zadok, but you can mitigate his damage quite significantly. I'm gonna show you how. So as you can see, Zadok's ultimate goes in that line. So if we move our heroes away from that line, they will not get targeted, and hopefully this will be enough. Obviously we can increase our hero's HP, and that Vidmir, I mean, come on, he's just gonna die here, useless. But that's what I need to show you guys, that free-to-plays can clear that as well. So I need to change the placement just slightly, still be out of range here, and ensure that this Vidmir doesn't do that silly mistake. Let's also increase the HP, because that'll help us with survivability rather than damage, yeah? So he's trying to cast his battle skill, he thinks he's a tank, move forwards, and just causes us so many headaches. Now, if this fails, we can also bring Vinyara, because it looks like there is a lot of damage going towards our small group, right? So yeah, definitely need to do something like that. It seems like these damage dealers now are just too annoying to really progress. They're still enough, it's just they move into the wrong direction. So let's try bringing our control team once again, and moving that all up here. Yeah, we can stay there, so they stay away from our heroes. We're gonna do that. Yeah, okay, resistance, alright, there's no much when it comes to that. And let's go. Okay, so we need to manually cast the ultimate. We need to find damage source. Who's doing the most damage? Who's the most annoying here? And I believe this will be one of the guys in the back. But I don't want to get debuffed by Rippercast in any way, and he resisted that, so that's not good. That was just a waste of ultimate, right? And we're gonna pay dear price for that. Yep, as you can see. Okay, let's rewind it. I don't think it's Urzulas who's doing that much damage. It's impossible for him to do that much damage, but we can try and control him. Looks like something is doing a lot of damage, and it shouldn't be Zadok, because his ultimate shouldn't be reaching us. Right, let's remove ultimate of the guy in the back. Okay, let's remove ultimate of that guy with the attack up. There we go. So less damage now towards our team, and we can clear. Now the problem with these ice teammates, they're all low range, which means we will focus the minions that are being spawned instead of some of the damage dealers in the back, which is really annoying. And you could see that in this fight as well. Okay, next stage, do we need to keep control? I don't think, although Premstam might do a lot of damage to us. So let's get back to Fey team. Hopefully the placement is this way. Yeah, okay, we can always spread the tanks as well to help us. Let's get extra HP and the auto challenge and see how far we can get before we need to adjust things. I also wanted to note, if you play against teams with minions, you can stop timing your Vidmir. Whenever the minion dies, he will have an extra ultimate charge that will just keep on firing this ultimate. So now in this team, against this team, I believe we need to bring our control. The enemy team will do a lot of damage. However, I believe maybe enough Rippercast, the sync from the Rippercast will be enough, but no, sadly not. We need to bring the control team to face this one, and this is going to be another big block, level 291 for some of you, as you will need to adjust your strategy accordingly with what we have here. So we want to group, we want to focus on Elecabre, etc. So we can even spread these damage dealers, we can bring extra damage, we want to do damage, and then we challenge. So we want to remove energy, and I don't know who hit Vidmir so good already, but we also want to avoid damage coming from the Voreshes, so it is really hard. So this one got stunned, so we can go this way. We could actually apply attack penalty on Voresh first, but I'm afraid what can happen if we don't desync this Elecabres here. Let's have a look. Come on, if we get this ultimate on Vinyara before this Elecabre, we might be looking good. Our Ripikas is struggling to stay alive. He's got the immortality as well, but he fall. And there we go. Let's reduce this Voresh ultimate, but we're dead. So maybe focusing on Voresh's reducing the damage taken will be a better idea. So let's try again. There's no much else we can do with this team, right? So yeah, we take a lot of damage there at the start of the battle. Let's remove this Voresh ultimate so we desync the Voresh. There's less damage taken by our team. If we he's gonna cast, so let's take another Voresh out of equation. We're gonna have two Elecabres casting now, but hopefully the stun set and Ripikas is enough to ensure they don't. So either we focus, it's a hard choice now. See, Ripikas is very close to dying. If we don't take care of Voresh, we will die, but also Elecabres are going to cast their ultimate. So let's hope this was worth it. Ripikas did steal some ultimate. If we can get this ultimate to kill, well done. Well done, Vidmir. Everything just went the way we wanted. But that was very close, guys. You really will need to retry it multiple times and make sure you steal energy from the right target. As you can see, I was considering different options, but the option I choose was the best one. If it failed, then I'll need to rerun and try again. It's just all about that ultimate casting, and I was lucky that Vidmir managed to kill this Elecabres before he died. Otherwise, I would be in a pickle, and we managed to clear this level. This one shouldn't be hard to pass, but there's always, you know, a chance of something going wrong, so let's keep going. Okay, finally, Nastyanka that we need to adjust the formation for. So as you could see, Vidmir got demolished straight away, no chance of surviving, so we're gonna redeploy the team and we're gonna use our fake control team. In here, we need to ensure that the DPSs are far away. We will still try and get Nastyanka and everyone else to group, so hopefully this will be enough. We don't have any extra HP. We need to make sure we got the immortality, the helmet on Vidmir, because he will be targeted. So let's play this again. This time we got Vinyara. Yeah, he got targeted, but he survived, and now all we need is this. So if we remove that ultimate, Nastyanka will become rather useless. She will also jump next to Ripikas, because now we are immortal, not immortal, invisible, and all we do is keep hitting Nastyanka with that. We're also applying attack penalty on her, so next time she jumps, she won't be able to kill us, and just repeat until Nastyanka's team falls, and then she's just all by herself. As you can see, works really well. and we can make sure that the annoying assassin is just out of our way, and we can go through to the next stage. This is another team that might require us changing our formation, hopefully not. That was pretty easy fight with the Burn team. Let's see if the Frost team can recreate this to the same success. Yeah, let's have a look. As you can see, the stun set is just so beautiful. Look how many purple icons we can see on the enemies. Okay, there's a slight change. Oh, did we kill? No, we didn't. Okay, Miffrey is still alive. Now we don't have enough damage. We could probably run it for 10 minutes and we will pass it. There's an easier way to deal with this stage. We just need to redeploy the team and do that. We can also bring, what's her name, Vinyara as well. Just focus on damage. There's no much damage that the enemy team can do. Obviously, I'm saying that, and Vidmir did die because Vidmir is Vidmir. He's moving forward. So let's try this now. So we can see the difference already. Ripikas is targeting Miffrey, so he will be removing her ultimate energy, applying buff prohibition as well. So this will help us deal with her, and hopefully she won't be able to resurrect. She is about to now, but she's very low on her own HP. As long as we don't kill her while she has this debuff, we are looking good, but well, you know how it is with this game. And if you still struggle, you can bring Vinyara and just remove her ultimate manually. Level 300, the last obstacle. Obviously, we know this team will not work. We tried that at the lower level, so there's no point of wasting time. We can just go and try it with our single target, the boss, Fae boss team, and see how this team does. Make sure we get some HP to survive longer. Pop some food if you need to, and let's play. Alright, at level 300 this boss is hitting like a truck, so we finally need to adjust our formation and make it proper. Against this boss we don't need Replicas anymore, so instead we can bring another free-to-play hero, Jillian. We will use Ancestral Protection to reduce the damage taken by our squishy damage dealers. We'll also use Alphanercy to apply shield, and Thorin with a horn this time around, and free ear set emblem to boost the damage, because we don't really need him to be as soon as. Our damage dealers will be still Bledin and Nadia. I'm also gonna use Mountain's Echo to provide extra healing if necessary. What we're gonna do is we're gonna use HP Aura to increase our total HP on top of the shields, and our timings will be as follow. Mainly, we don't really need to worry about our damage dealers, but we can time them as well just in case. But what we want here is we want a shield before the boss's last skill, as that is what's dealing so much damage. We also want Jillian's defense up when the ads spawn, when the tiny minions spawn, as this will help us as well. Ideally, we could also time Thorin to grant us invisibility when the minions spawn, but hopefully that won't be necessary, and in here you can see the total fight. So we do remove the stacks of the debuff the boss applies when we heal. So this is why we have 2 healers this time, and a shielder, and still 2 damage dealers, as we should have enough damage, it's just surviving. That is what matters. Jillian will cast her ultimate around now to grant us extra healing plus defense up. We'll have shield from Alphanercy, hopefully keeping us alive. And then Thorin will cast his ultimate so we can get away from these minions. Obviously, the boss is going to spawn so many minions and we don't have a single AoE damage, so we will fall. Maybe bringing back the original Frost team will do well here. So let's try this. Original Frost team, same timings, same team as with the Ice Blast team. Hopefully this will be enough. We could actually delay our damage dealers when the minions spawn. That would be a good idea. If we fail, we'll try that. Now Vidmir is timed to cast his ultimate once with Rava and then Otto, so keep that in mind. Let's see if we can take down the boss. think I made a mistake with the placement of Alphanarzi and Thorin, but let's have a look. Okay, we're very close. We also get a lot of stacks coming from the boss. So if we get 200 stacks, we'll die. So hopefully that won't happen, but we're close. Oh, Vidmir has died. Okay, cool. So we lost our damage dealer. Okay, let's try again. I moved Jillian a little bit forward to stay close to the three of them, because she's got the resistance and also shares the resistance. Maybe building resistance on Alphanarzi will help with that. Okay, so let's see. We apply the debuffs, we hit with Vidmir's ultimate, we kill. One of them is left. Okay, Alphanarzi gets back to his spot. And let's see. Okay, Rava died. That's not good. And I don't think Vidmir can do it, but let's play this fight. No, we won't have time because it's not a 10-minute fight. Let's restart. Okay, I'm definitely getting closer. It took me a while, I'm not gonna lie. It's very hard as free to play, but Full is the answer to most of the things, because you won't attack penalty. But look at this. Okay, hopefully we got it. Couple more seconds. 3, 2, come on, Rava, hit the boss, not the minions. So I made a rookie mistake, focused too much on surviving rather than killing the boss, and I'm gonna show you what finally worked just after this fight. As you can see, we cleared the boss. The thing I did is I added an extra damage dealer instead of Jillian and brought in Furbaf to mitigate the boss's mechanics. I'm gonna show you exactly what I did. So this is the team and placement I use against the boss. When the minions spawn, you could see Alphanarzi moved to the back, so he was tanking all of the minions, while all my damage dealers were focusing on dealing damage and one-shotting them. I also changed the timings, and this is the equipment, mainly focused on damage. Obviously, you might not have access to 3 mythic sets, but what will work is Rava with Emissary set to boost the damage of the other 2 damage dealers. As well, I don't have Ancestral Protection. I have a set with extra healing plus Furbaf healing, so that might have been an overkill. But the important thing, skill timings as well, had to put them in. Couldn't be lazy. 24-second rotation, that was the rotation of the boss. 21 for attack penalty. This will cover the 2 damage skills that deal the most damage, which will be ultimate, and that will be the first skill of the boss as well. Same for the shield. 21 damage dealers, hitting when the minions spawn, so we can kill minions as soon as. As you can see, slight change to the artifacts. Alphanarzi will use Elminster artifact to increase the duration of the shield and also the power of the shield, because our damage dealers were dying quite quickly, so I increased that by doing this. Horn on Furbaf and accuracy and resistance, so he doesn't get stunned when he needs to apply attack penalty and accuracy, because we need that attack penalty. And yes, this finally worked. So that's Fameander cleared using free-to-play heroes, and man, is it fun using all the legendary heroes available to me. So hopefully in season 3 you guys will have legendary heroes that I can build and use in here. Thank you all for watching. Stay safe. Bye.